In Thailand, trust is sacred. It can lift lives out of darkness or destroy them forever. This is the true story of Chutiphat, known to friends as Air, a deaf and non-verbal woman who saw the world not through words but through kindness, gestures and hope, and how that hope was turned into heartbreak. Air grew up communicating through her hands, her eyes and her smile. People said she radiated warmth, that when she looked at you, you felt seen. She dreamed of independence, small things most of us take for granted. Buying her own food, riding her Honda Wave motorbike, helping her family. She wanted love too, someone who would see past her disability. In 2025, she met Nam, another woman who was also hearing impaired. Finally, Air thought, someone who understands. They began seeing each other. Nam visited her home in Kanchanaburi, met her mother, Krajan Muyanchang, who welcomed her with open arms. For 3 months, Air believed she had found something real. But behind Nam's soft smiles was a secret. Nam was married to a man whose eyes saw money, not mercy. He was a rescue worker from Nonthaburi, trained to help people. Instead, together they planned to exploit one. They told Air they were struggling financially, that they needed help. Out of compassion, Air agreed to sell her motorbike, the one symbol of her freedom. 30,500 baht, gone. Then came her disability card and the 10,000 baht welfare payment meant to keep her safe. Within days, she was stripped of everything she owned, and when she realized the truth, when she discovered Nam's lies, the betrayal turned violent. A chilling video began to circulate on Thai social media. Inside an ordinary house, Air sat on the stairs, trembling. Nam shouted at her. The husband hurled a phone at her head. You can see the fear in her eyes. A woman who cannot scream, silently begging for it to stop. They demanded more money. When there was nothing left to take, they beat her again, and then dumped her on a beach in Pattaya. It was night. The waves hissed against the sand. She was alone, deaf, confused. She could not call for help, but she refused to give up. Somewhere near midnight, passers-by noticed her, bruised, exhausted, clutching her arms. Through gestures and tears, she tried to explain. Police from Wang Pattaya station arrived. It took hours for them to piece together what had happened, using interpreters and messages sent to her family. When they finally reached her mother, Krajan, the 56-year-old raced through the night from Samut Prakan to Pattaya. She arrived at 3:30 in the morning, calling her daughter's name as she ran across the sand. Air turned, eyes red and swollen, and broke down in her mother's arms. The relief and the horror were overwhelming. Krajan later told reporters she thought Nam was like her. She trusted her because she was deaf too. Her voice cracked as she described seeing her daughter's bruises, marks on her face, arms and legs. She realized that the people Air thought were friends had used her disability as a weapon against her. She told me she was scared they'd kill her, Krajan said. She kept asking if they'd come back. The total damage? About 20,000 baht in possessions, but the emotional damage is beyond measure. When the story went viral, outrage swept Thailand. The couple, Num and her husband, actually showed up at the police station, bringing 3 men with them, pretending they wanted to clear things up. But when officers began to ask real questions, Eyre's terror said everything. She froze, shook her head. The police told her not to go with them. Sensing trouble, the couple fled. They remain wanted by police, their names now synonymous with betrayal. For the first time in years, Eyre's case forced people to look closely at a question society avoids. How easily can kindness be used against the vulnerable? Eyre is now recovering with her family. She rarely leaves home. She still flinches when strangers approach, but she's alive and slowly learning to trust again. Her story has become a symbol across Thailand's disability community. Volunteers, interpreters and advocates have stepped forward to demand stronger protections for people like her, those who communicate differently but feel just the same. Eyre's mother lights incense every evening and thanks the strangers who stopped that night on the beach. "They gave me my daughter back," she says softly. Then she looks at the photo of Eyre before the attack, smiling, proud, and adds, "I just wanted to smile like that again." Online, thousands shared messages of support. Some cried watching the clip, others offered money. But beyond sympathy lies something deeper, anger. Because this wasn't random. It was planned, deliberate, and cruel. And still, Eyre survived. Even without a voice, she told her story. Through courage, through persistence, through the love of her family. She reminded the world that silence doesn't mean weakness. It can mean strength loud enough to shake the conscience of a nation. So now we turn to you. If you saw someone like Eyre, someone who cannot speak, being mistreated, would you step in? Would you help or look away? Because the truth is, crimes like this don't happen in darkness. They happen in daylight, in silence, while everyone assumes someone else will act. What do you think should happen to Num and her husband? Should the full video be used as undeniable proof in court? Or will bureaucracy let them disappear again? Leave your thoughts below. And if you believe that every human deserves dignity, click like, hit subscribe, and share this video. Because the world needs to hear Eyre's story. To quote Mats Fredriksson, "Even the quietest voices can echo louder than fear itself." Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.